Hey everyone, this is Cindy and I'm back at work on the Green Gables journal, and all I'm going to do right now is glue pockets and tucks and things inside the journal. So I thought I'd turn on the camera and just see how it goes. It's pretty much going to be the same old thing over and over again, so I may or may not upload this video, or I may just crop it and just upload a little bit of it. So anyway, I've already got the signature sewn in, and when I do that and I still haven't glued a bunch of stuff in, then I have lots of parchment nearby so that I can sandwich it between the pages so that I don't stick things together. So anyway, that's, you're going to hear a lot of crunching. And I've already started with some stuff, like I got this belly band in, and I went and placed everything last night, and I'm going to change my mind about a few things like this because it's really thick, and the journal's already just about even, and I haven't put any tags in it yet. A few tags, like I've got two here. One I made on the author, and then this one that's the title. So there's a few in here, but not many. So I'm trying to go, thinner paper if I can. So anyway, I'm just going to get busy. And one thing I noticed this afternoon, I was looking at some videos on my computer, and it's the first time I'd ever really, I guess, watched any of the videos on my computer, and it really surprised me how close up it was. And so I moved my camera up a little bit. I tried that once before, but I can't remember what I didn't like about it, so I'm not sure about this angle, but it was like almost too close on the ones previous. So I'm like, oh, these poor people, if they've watched my videos, what are they thinking? I'm just right up in their face or something. But we'll try this height. I mean, I can raise it a lot further, but then if I do that, then you see more outside area, and I don't want you to see all these piles around my desk. But you can see how thick this is. I'm weighing it down with my tape just so I can get a good angle on that page. I put some decorative elements in here too. So like, oh, I gotta remember, I want to distress. I'm always the world's worst for remembering to distress something. And I think this is my newer distress ink right here. It's probably off camera. No, it's not. See, I'm not sure what all you can see. I got this digital, I think it was on that Pixel Scrappers. So I just grabbed it, not necessarily for this journal, but once again, not once again, I mentioned it in another video about a lot of people were doing farm themed journals. So I had found a copy of Charlotte's Web. I thought if I ever decided to do one, that would be a perfect book, because definitely Charlotte and Wilbur, lived on the farm. But anyway, a lot of people are doing beekeepers, and I have a friend that is actually a beekeeper, and she belongs to the local Beekeepers Association. She just got her second hive, and she is in it for the bees, not for the honey, because this is her second year doing it, and she's yet to harvest much honey at all, just because she wants to preserve as much as she can for her honeybees. So she just made me very conscious. Okay, now that's not gonna work, what I just did. I glued that down, and what do you do with the flap now? So that was interesting. So I'm not sure. Maybe I'll just glue the whole thing down like that. I'll think about it. So anyway, wonderful me. Okay, here's this pocket. I've made it. I showed it on something, I think. It's made out of a page from Reader's Digest condensed book, some leftover scrapbook paper, and you just weave it. And a lady on YouTube named, her YouTube channel is A.L. John, and she's great. She shows you all these ways to make a junk journal cheaply, and to build your stash of supplies and things without spending a lot of money. Oops. I've been forgetting to place the parchment in there. But if you watched any of the other videos, you noticed, you would have remembered that I said that I was treating this journal as if it was Anne Shirley, that's Anne of Green Gables, own personal journal. And one thing she would have done is press flowers in her journal. So that's what these are representing, that she went out to her yard, her woods, the little walk she took to school, and picked flowers and is pressing them between the pages. So some of the things, if I had these out, so I thought I'd go ahead and place them in the book, and I will be doing some more decorating later on. I just wanted to get all these pockets in. And I already put this one in yesterday. Let me make sure you can get that one. Yeah, and I showed the digital kit that I created for this book, and for anybody else that wants to do an Anne of Green Gables, or it doesn't have to be just Anne of Green Gables, but Culbert is the name of the family she stays with, and they have apple trees. And I had found this picture on Pixel Scrappers, and I downloaded it, then I added the words. But I was cutting this out last night, and I thought, oh boy, how am I going to cut around those little leaves and those stems and still make this a pocket? Well, I thought, and my first thought was I would distress it. I thought, no, wait a minute, if I put it on a white background, then that just blends right in. I'm not sure you can see it. I was holding the thing there so you can kind of see the white, but without this in the pocket, you don't even see that it's not been trimmed around the stems. So anyway, I thought that was kind of neat way to handle that. And this is a receipt I made where one of the characters in the book goes and he buys 20 pounds of brown sugar. So this is the store he went to in Carmody, Prince Edward Island. So anyway, just some different digital things I'd made for this book. And this is a sticker that my sister-in-law used to sell, the Creative Keepsakes, I believe is the name of it, and she gave me a lot of her supplies she's no longer using. So I thought definitely could use this ivy stickers, and I love ivy. It's one of my favorite plants, so definitely say yes to the ivy. So I think I'm going to put this border stamp sticker down. Try to keep it straight. And trim it off. Put this little piece back on to use somewhere else. And then at one time I was thinking about, oops, don't want to cut that like that, because there's a little piece of green right there I could use. I was thinking about just trailing this on top of that, so I was just going to cut around this real quick to see how that would look. Kind of like a trellis, so I think it'll be okay. So let's just peel these off and just put a few of them down this. I'm going to call it the trellis. Yeah, my sister-in-law was as thrilled to get rid of the stuff out of her house as I was to take it, so it was a win-win situation for both of us. So, there we go. No glue needed, at least not yet. I'll keep an eye on it. If it looks like it's going to peel off, I'll add some glue. I remade this pocket. I had made one, just had my stash, but I wanted to use the pages from Anne of Green Gables, so I just made another one. And I'd inked part of it, but not all of it. This is the second Anne of Green Gables book I've done, and I find it a lot of fun to be making a journal with the theme of the journal is what the book actually was. I don't know how if that makes sense, but you're not using just a blank book on, say, shorthand and making it into an Anne of Green Gables book. I'm using an Anne of Green Gables book to make an Anne of Green Gables book, if that makes sense. So that way I'm able to use a lot of the pages from the book, any pictures that happen to be in the book, and all the digitals I made are not just like generic farm digitals or flower digitals. They're made specific for the story. Because if you watched any of the other videos I've done on this, I mentioned that I had a lot of time between when I got the book and when I'm actually working on it. And after I made the first Anne of Green Gables book, I got a thing in my email that said the free ebook or something for the month or whatever it was Anne of Green Gables. I thought, I just finished a book on that. I'm going to get that ebook and I'll reread it sometime. Well, I hadn't reread it yet, but I was able to. I had plenty of time before I started this book, so it gave me a whole different perspective on what to do for this book. And I found out things, you know, about Matthew buying that 20 pounds of brown sugar that I would not have remembered, did not remember from the first time I read the book, which was years ago. I probably should have cut this before I started gluing, but sitting down is not the easiest way to do some of these things. So I'm making a tuck out of this. I don't know if I said what I was doing with this one. I'm going to turn it this way. I don't know if any of you guys have ever heard of Kiwi Lane. It's a scrapbooking company. They make these plastic templates, I guess is what you would call them, that you make backgrounds and things for your scrapbooking pages. Well, this is one of those. And I just had it in my stash because, you know, I had some paper I didn't really necessarily want to use as a background paper. So I just made a bunch of these scallops. And I just dug, since it had a flower on it, I dug it out for this journal. And see, that makes a pretty good tuck. And you can see where I had traced around the template pencil marks. So anyway, here is the center of the signature. I just made these envelopes. This envelope template is part of the digitals that I'm selling, the Anne of Green Gables kit. And you're not printing the floral part, you're printing the coffee dyed part so that it's the inside of your envelope, and you can just use regular scrapbook paper to make the outside. And I just cut a little flower with my punch and use it as a closure for this envelope. So, Black Eyed Susan. Isn't it strange how you have different, your bottles of Fabri-Tac are just different? Some of mine flow so much and too much, and some of them you have to fight from the very minute you bring it home to get the glue out. I had working on a fabric challenge for another Facebook group, and I found some fabric earlier that I forgot I had, so I'm going to use some of it in this journal. I'll show it to you because it looks like a bunch of old-fashioned pieces like that. This looks really old-fashioned to me. And then there's floral prints too, so I think I'm going to make pockets out of some of these are tucks, so I'll work on that later and I'll let you know what I did. But for now, it's just underneath my desk. And I'm not really like how this is covering up the back of that wallpaper, so I'm probably going to set that one aside and we'll just keep going. Here's a pocket I made. Oh, I thought it was glued down, but it's not. Just out of a piece of scrapbook paper, a print from a digital, I mean not digital, an old wallflower book, and then some lace and a bow, so just put it in here. I can't let this video go too long because it takes forever for my videos to upload. Don't have the greatest internet, but I do have unlimited, so that's good. But also I have trouble, and if anyone's hearing me this and knows a solution, I have trouble transferring videos from my computer, from my phone to my computer. So I have to upload most of them using my phone, and that really ties up my phone. So anyway, I'm going to glue these two on as a double pocket, and I'm going to try to remember to the stress around this, and I'm going to keep going, but I'm going to stop this video because we're already at almost 16 minutes, and that's an eternity in my internet world. So thanks for watching. I'll talk to you later. Bye.